So I ended up stopping by Harbor Freight and took advantage of their Father's Day sale. And the wrenches were here 40% off. So I got 40% off this, and this. And that's 2, 4, 6, 7 items. I ended up catching this on Inside Track Club coupon. This was on sale from $150 to $120. So I thought money is replaceable. So let's buy it, you know? So here I'm going to unbox it, put it in my toolbox, and I'll show you guys the final product here. Before I start, I'd like to say if you're a home mechanic like me, I work on more so my own stuff, fix my tractors, fix whatever's wrong with my truck, build cool junk. These Icon hand tools, they're really perfect for home application use. That's what I use them for. If you're a mechanic, a lot of them, like a full-time mechanic, a lot of them really hold up to their paces. I mean, my dad used to be a mechanic, and he has all the snap-on stuff, and my Icon ratchets and wrenches, everything performs just as well, and if not better. It's really, Harbor Freight has really stepped up their game recently with the Icon line. So let's get into the unboxing. Before I get started here, I'm just going to show you guys the price comparison between Icon and Snap-on tools. So first up, we got the half-inch torque wrench, 50 to 250 foot-pounds. Icon sitting at 120. Snap-on, $490. That's nuts. The whole entire cart didn't even cost me $490. And honestly, you're kind of getting the same result here. Next up is the half-inch long-reach flex head. This one didn't even have a comfort grip on the Snap-on. And it is still about 5 times the price, which is just absolutely insane to me. But I did catch this one on sale. Next up is the stubby SAE. Icon coming in at $40. Snap-on coming in at $770. That is almost 20 times the price. It's nuts. Same thing here. This one's around 19 times the price. The metrics still so expensive. I just, as a home mechanic, could not justify the difference in my mind. Next up is the offset box wrenches, coming in at around 7 times the price. It's you're really getting the same result here for pretty good quality wrenches coming from Icon, and as a home mechanic, I'd recommend it. Same thing here, around 7 times the price, a little bit more. That SAE is just a little bit more expensive for some odd reason, which they're probably just a little bit bigger. But next up, we got the crow's foot wrenches, which these are still insane price difference, $60 to $441. Couldn't justify it in my mind. That is around, what, 4 or 5 times the price. Next is the metric, still around 3.5, 4 times the price, which is still pretty insane. Sorry, I'm just doing quick math in my head. And last up, we got the wrenches, 90 to 412, which I caught these on sale also for 40% off. So just in my mind, I could not justify buying Snap-on compared to how cheap Icon is for the phenomenal results. The grand total for the Icon cart was $427.11, and the grand total for the Snap-on was $3,917. The total saved, $3,489.89. This is why I do end up going with the Icon and not Snap-on or any more on-brand tools. All right, guys, the first thing I'm going to be starting with is this Icon flex head half-inch drive G1 ratchet. It's on sale right now, marked down from $65 to $55, I believe. And I'm just going to be digging into the package here, and I'll show you guys. It has a lifetime warranty, which for Harbor Freight tools, for me as a more home mechanic and not really working per se professionally, that's really what I'm looking for. Because if I'm not going to buy a Harbor or a Snap-on ratchet just to use at home. But here we're getting into the packaging. You can see it's got its nice carry case. And you'll see why I like that stuff to go with my box. This moves nice and easy. And since it's a G1, it doesn't really lock. It's just kind of open. Which I actually needed one of these the other day when I did the Bank 1 VVT solenoids on my truck. It's got a nice feel. I love the Icon ratchet line. It is personally for me. And what else is included in the box is one of these Icon rags to wipe down your ratchet and to keep your tools clean if you do prefer so, but I just kind of stick them in my drawer. It doesn't really matter much to me. But here is the 1/2 inch. It flexes, you can see, goes way past 90 degrees. So if you're getting on a bolt, you can just spin it right around like that. Pretty easy. It'll do what it's meant for. So, moving on. Next, I'd like to go on to these 3/8 drive crow's foot wrench set. It goes from 10 to 19. It doesn't skip any sizes. And these are really useful in some applications, especially when you need them in a pinch. I know recently I did new header gaskets on my JK Wrangler, and I used crow's feet wrenches, and they're just really useful to have if you're in a pinch. So, obviously, it's got that little plastic seal. Next, you gotta kind of dig into the packaging here. Is it sealed right here as well? Come on now. Cut. There we go. All right. Really make sure you guys can't get to this stuff, huh? But here we go. They're in their carrying case, and I will show you guys my toolbox, but you'll see why I like these carrying cases so much. These have their sills right here. Get that cardboard off the bottom and flip. There we go. Seinfeld. It's not a big deal. There we go. They're in their carrying case. You can see here. Here's the 19 or 3/4. They're pretty high quality so far. I like them. They don't have the anti-slip, but they're going to be perfect for what you need a crow's foot for. And they're in a very nice case. And I love how Harbor Freight does the black with metric and red with SAE. It's great for me. I love it. Next up, I have these SAE crow's foot wrenches. I don't really use SAE too much. Most of my stuff is metric. It's 3/8 drive as well. 3/8 through 1 inch. So basically every size you'll ever need for a crow's foot. There we go. Same story. It's in that nice packaging. And, oh, they might actually come out of the top. I'm not going to lie, guys. There we go. Open this sucker up. There's that seal again. There we go. Same story, same kind of craftsmanship. It's got the size on this side, size and brand on this side, and then it's got the part number on this side. There you go. There you go. And moving on. Next up, I have these stubby wrenches. They're non-ratcheting. Oh, there's some thunder outside. Whoa. It is non-skip, 10 through 19, which, honestly, if you have an 8, let me go grab one. If you have an 8mm, I mean, it would have been nice if they included one, but they're already pretty short. This is an 8mm wrench. So, let's start the unboxing. I'm just going to start opening the top of these things. I'm not going to lie. I've always opened them at the bottom, but the top seems easier. You guys are calling me a fat idiot right now, but you know what? That is okay with me. This one just, there is no seal to keep them in place. Ooh, still get a good flip though. They're in their nice, pretty case. I love the cases, guys. The Icon cases are really phenomenal. But craftsmanship, quality, you know, Icon stubby wrench. It'll get you out of a pinch if you need a small wrench, and works just great. Next up, we have the stubby SAE wrenches, which, oh, kind of knocked it out of its packaging. Also non-skip, 1/4 inch through 3/4, which 3/4 is actually equal to 19, if you didn't know, and 5/16 is equal to 8, which they're pretty interchangeable, I'm not gonna lie. So it doesn't really matter much to me if there's a 3/4. Would have been nice if it wasn't a... Oh, here we go. Pulled it out the right way this time. Here we go. Let's get the 11/30 seconds. It's got the wrench on there. Icon. Pretty sweet. Just as any other wrench you'd expect from Icon. It's, like I said, gets you out of a pinch, and I'm going to go put this away, and I'll move on. Next up, I have these metric offset non-skipping double box end wrench. And this one's got an easier one. Come on now. There we go. These, I've used some of these before for my dad's, and it kind of pisses me off when I have to go to my dad's toolbox and not my own. And then I always get shit for it. So, just gonna be solving that whole fucking issue here. Sleeve comes off. It's the quality of an Icon wrench, you know, 17-19. This one will be 16-18. Or, yeah, 16-18. This one will be 15-13. Yep, just goes down. So, moving on. Next up is the SAE version, which, you know, non-skip 3/8 through 7/8. So, it's pretty sweet. It looks like somebody tried to unbox it for us, you know. Trying to take away my content. Actually, I don't really care. I'm doing this more for the love of the game, the content. You know, it's fun when you don't have to take it serious and just record whenever. You know, it's pretty friggin' sweet in my opinion. Don't have to put too much time into editing, but still do. So, there's that. Like I said, 7/8, 3/8, pretty sweet, pretty standard. You know, they're wrenches. What do you expect? Last up, probably the most useful one of the wrench sets I bought, 20 through 24 Icon. One thing I do have to say about Icon that they could really improve on is the big sizes. Because, man, I drive a F-150, and a lot of the suspension components are 27 millimeters. So if I didn't have access to a 27 mil, I would be screwed on like wrenches and sockets. And I don't have Icon impact sockets, so I can't speak to what those sizes are. But I know they skip. And for me, a lot of my, it's gonna sound cringy as shit, but a lot of like OCD and shit for me comes from stuff not matching or going in order. But here are the wrenches. I have the anti-slip. These are not anti-slip, you can see. But 20 through 24, pretty common. 24, use that for suspension all the time. 21, also pretty common. The rest are filler. I like filler. But, yeah, moving on. Lastly, the Big Mama Jama, 1/2 inch, 50 to 250 pound-feet of torque range, 90-tooth ratcheting torque wrench. It's the click type. Like I said, sick of using my dad's stuff, so went out and bought my own. This was $120. Don't know if I mentioned it, but the whole entire haul was $427.11. Oh my lordy lord! Look at that. That is so nice. Oh, man. Look at that, just the carrying case. But the whole haul was $427.11, and I looked it up. One of these torque wrenches from Snap-on is $535. If my editing skills are there, I will put that on the screen. Look at this, though. You have your certificate of calibration. Look at that. Serial number. That is friggin' fancy. You have the owner's manual for one of these things. And then you have the actual torque wrench yourself. Which, man. Oh, that feels nice. That feels so very nice. But, man, this is just right out of the box. It feels... Oh. Oh, yeah. That is... It feels nice. It feels lubricated. It feels like a normal out-of-the-factory torque wrench should. I'm not going to lie. But, man, this case is just beautiful. I was not expecting this. I'll show you the cases I'm used to, which... This is the case I'm usually used to. This Proto, which has been beaten. This Proto wrench, which it does fine, but it just... You can hear the difference. But in this one, there's also the certificate of calibration and owner's manual, which, you know, yeah. But, man, that is one nice case. I don't know what to say. I know you guys are here for the torque wrench, but I am digging this case. It looks freaking sweet, guys. If you guys did watch this to the end, thank you for watching. And, I mean, if you guys want to see the toolbox and where it is, you guys are going to have to watch that video. But thanks if you liked it, or I don't know if you learned anything. But if you did, you know, like, I guess, or thanks for viewing. But sweet, thank you.